Clay?
Yeah, I mean, we had the flurries yesterday, but I mean, we're not going to have any anytime soon. The snow is gone, but we're still in storm alert weather mode because there still could be some left behind slick roads in the mountain and plateau communities, plus sub-freezing temperatures this morning. So as you're stepping out, yeah, make sure you're doing what you can to stay warm. It's 29 here at the Ridge Cut. The winds are light, so that's key this morning. We're really not seeing much of a wind chill factor like we did yesterday, but it's still very cold out there. Widespread hard freeze here across the Tennessee Valley. 19 now in Murphy, 21 in Cleveland, 23 in Altamont, and 27 here in Chattanooga. Temperatures will bounce back into the mid to upper 40s, which is still nearly 20 degrees below normal for this time of the year. So it's still going to be a very chilly day. And as you are stepping out this morning, especially if you live in parts of Sequatchie, Grundy, Marion, Bledsoe, Van Buren counties, or back towards Monroe County, even some of the higher terrain in North Georgia, there could be a few slick spots from some of that snow that came down yesterday. So be mindful of that. Again, snow's out of here. It'll be interesting to see what kind of totals come out of the Smokies. I know they got some pretty good snow in those highest peaks, so we'll kind of keep an eye on that throughout the day, see if those totals start to come out. Haven't found any just yet. But as we take a look at some of the snow that came down yesterday, this was Dayton Mountain. So a lot of our local mountains, Cagle Mountain, Dayton Mountain, up towards parts of Bledsoe County, really had a decent amount of snow. This was sent in by Randy Forbes. You can see that starting to coat the ground. The northern part of Bledsoe County, as you get further up along the Cumberland Plateau, well, that's where we had, looks like maybe upwards of an inch there. He had enough to build this a big old snowball. This is Josh and Kelly Burgess, so thank you for sending that one in. And I like this. This is pretty funny. David Cox on Mowbray Mountain. Blizzard of November 2025. You can see that with the dusting of snow, so a good sense of humor there. So thank you guys for sending in those photos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed at least seeing some of those snowflakes falling around, especially with the fall foliage in the background. Now today, snow's out of here. Going to be cold this morning. We should rise above freezing around 10 or 11, and then the rest of the day we'll be dealing with some sunshine and maybe a few passing clouds here and there. Again, it's still going to be a chilly day, but the winds aren't going to be much of concern, so really not much of a wind chill factor. And then the next 7 days, the pattern becomes kind of stale. It warms up. We'll be in the 70s. And there's really not going to be a whole lot of active weather coming our way. Here's a look at your potential rainfall over the next 7 days, maybe up to 1/10 of an inch. And a lot of that wouldn't come until early next week. So kind of just looking down the pipeline, I'm not seeing anything really interesting other than maybe some rain early next week. Of course, we'll keep you filled in on that. But today, sunshine after a hard morning freeze, temperatures in the 40s. Tonight, we fall back close to freezing. Might not quite get there in Chattanooga, but many of our outlier communities certainly will. So it will be another cold morning tomorrow, but by tomorrow afternoon, we are going to start to come out of this deep freeze. It'll be 63 on Wednesday afternoon. Still going to be chilly each night. We'll have lows in the 30s and 40s, but by Thursday and Friday, we start to come back into the 70s. And this weekend, if you have any big plans, really no major issues out there. Maybe a slim chance of a shower late Sunday, but for the most part, we're going to be back in the 70s. And I tell you, this was a really impressive shot of cold air for November, especially early November. And let this sink in. We're still 40 days away from the official first day of winter.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we're talking about 70s this weekend.
I mean,
like 73.
We're going 70s, snow flurries, back to 70s.
Wow.
That's weather in the South.
It is. All right.
Gotta love it.
Thanks, Clay.